I never thought a simple gift could change everything. That night, when I found the old sapphire necklace hidden in the drawer, my hands trembled. It didn't belong to me, and yet, it felt like a key to something much bigger. I kept asking myself, why Thomas never mentioned it? Why had he hidden it away? My heart raced with fear and curiosity. I knew that once I opened this secret, I couldn't go back. The calm life I had built was about to shatter. But still, I had to know the truth. Thomas was a mystery, even after all these years. The man I thought I knew was a stranger with shadows I never saw. His office was like a cold fortress, sleek, empty, without a single sign of warmth or love. No photos, no memories. Just silence and secrets. When Logan helped me open that hidden safe, I felt like I was crossing into a world I wasn't ready for. Documents, money transfers, keys, everything I found screamed lies and betrayal. Why would he do this to me? Inside the small wooden box was a ring. Not mine. A simple gold band with a tiny diamond, but the inscription told a story I wasn't prepared for. N always. N for Isabel, not for me. That word hit me like a punch. He wasn't just cheating. He had a whole other life. Someone else held a piece of him that I never would. The neat, perfect life we pretended to share was just a show. His love was real, but not for me. Logan handed me a letter with my name on it, Thomas's handwriting, shaky and honest. He admitted everything, the lies, the 2 lives, the selfishness. He said he loved me, but only in the way he knew how. The letter felt like both an apology and a goodbye. He gave me the truth and the power to decide what to do with it. My hands shook as I folded the letter back. I didn't know if I should hate him or feel sorry for him. The pain was too much. We left that office in silence, the weight of what we found pressing down on us. Outside, the city seemed colder, darker than before. I felt like I was carrying a secret that could destroy everything or save me. Then came the calls. Threats from men named Gordon Blake and Victor Crane. Men I'd never heard of but who knew too much about Thomas's hidden world. They wanted something back, and they weren't polite. Suddenly, I was in the middle of a dangerous game I didn't want to play. The silver key from the safe was the last piece of the puzzle. It opened a bank safe deposit box registered to a company I'd never heard of, Mercury South Holdings. Inside, instead of cash or passports, were photos and papers proving Thomas wasn't just involved in shady deals. He was part of something bigger and darker. The photo of Thomas with Gordon and Victor wasn't just a picture, it was a statement. They were all connected. I was holding evidence that could ruin lives or put mine at risk. We took everything to Marcus Doyle, a lawyer my family trusted. He listened without blinking as I told him about the offshore accounts, the threats, and the illegal deals. He didn't ask questions about Thomas's affair or Rachel. He only cared about the facts and how to protect me. We copied every file, backed up every document. For the first time, I felt a strange kind of control. Thomas had left a mess, yes, but also a weapon. Now it was mine to use, and I wasn't afraid anymore. The phone calls kept coming. Gordon Blake's voice was full of venom when he threatened me, but I stood my ground. I told him I'd go to the IRS and Interpol if he didn't back off. To my surprise, he backed down, at least for now. Then Victor Crane called, his tone smoother but just as dangerous. He tried to charm me, but I wasn't fooled. I told him I had nothing left to lose and everything to fight for. For the first time, I realized I wasn't just a victim anymore. I was a player. That night on Claire's porch, with the flash drive hidden nearby, Logan and I sat quietly. The weight of the secrets felt heavier, but there was also hope. Thomas had been complicated, sad and corrupt, but I wasn't sure what scared me more, the man he was or the one he pretended to be. The flash drive held more than just files. It held the truth that could bring everything crashing down. I didn't want to open it yet. I needed to be ready for whatever it held. 2 days later, I finally opened the flash drive. A video file named Vivian stared back at me. Thomas's face, tired and worn, appeared on the screen. He spoke directly to me, confessing that I wasn't the one he hid from, but the one he wanted to protect. Then he warned me about Rachel. The woman I thought was just a secret affair was actually a threat. The pregnancy, the threats, even Isabel's death, none of it was an accident. My world crumbled again. Rachel wasn't just a woman Thomas betrayed me with. She was a carefully placed piece in a deadly game. She planned everything, the pregnancy, the silence, the lies. Thomas suspected she killed Isabel to protect herself and the secret. Hearing those words felt like poison in my veins. I didn't want to believe it, but the video left no doubt. This wasn't just heartbreak, it was danger. I had to be careful. If Rachel knew I had this truth, there was no telling what she might do next. I invited Rachel to Claire's house, pretending everything was fine. I smiled and hugged her, but inside, I was cold and angry. She wore a pale blue dress that showed her baby bump perfectly. She acted like she was winning, like she was untouchable, but I had the flash drive, the evidence. I laid it between us without a word. She didn't blink. "You can't prove anything," she said quietly. I smiled back, knowing that sometimes proof isn't necessary. The threat alone could be enough. I told Rachel I wasn't interested in court or justice. I wasn't going to fight her in public or drag our secrets through the dirt. Instead, I would walk away, leaving her with all the money, the lies, and the burden of the child. She stood up, angry and defiant. "You think that scares me?" she asked. I told her no, but that it would. Because now, I wasn't afraid of losing anything. The power had shifted, and she didn't even know it yet. Later, I gave Marcus the flash drive and an affidavit, asking him to release everything to the press if anything happened to me. It was insurance, my last line of defense. Then I went home, the house I had shared with Thomas, now empty and cold. I packed one suitcase, leaving everything else behind. When I locked the garage door, I felt a strange finality. I wasn't coming back to that life. I was leaving the past behind and stepping into something new, something uncertain, but mine. A week later, I was on a plane to Colorado, breathing in fresh mountain air for the first time in years. I rented a small cottage, far from the secrets and danger that followed me. Here, no one knew me as Thomas's wife or as the woman betrayed. I had a new name on the lease, a new life to build. It was quiet, peaceful, but I knew the past wasn't done with me yet. The flash drive, the threats, Rachel, they were still out there. But now, I was ready. Sitting on the porch of my new home, I felt a strange mix of fear and hope. The silence around me wasn't empty anymore. It was filled with possibility. I wasn't the broken woman who had been lied to and left behind. I was a survivor, the one holding the truth and the power to decide what comes next. Thomas's secrets had tried to bury me, but instead, they made me stronger. This was just the beginning. I was ready to face whatever storm came next.